Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of President of the United States
the office of President of the United States
and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United States.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
In light of the fact that the people of the United States have elected Joseph Biden, President of the United States, as the second Catholic, I think that's a wonderful gift that people have given to the nation and to the world for that matter. I would say that for me, the significance of it is that Joe Biden is a practicing Catholic and that he brings the very best of what it is to be Catholic to his leadership. Very specifically, I think, as I understand it, by and large, he has a real firm appreciation for the advancement of Catholic social teaching, which is the gospel in action. And I think that's a remarkable gift that we allow for all of our people to see precisely how the gospel can be brought to life.
He has a conversion of heart.
I trust his background as a Catholic will help him because we are a strongly community-based faith group. We're rooted in the connection that happens because of our sacramental life, our worship, but also the sort of global concern that Pope Francis is often calling us to these last years, particularly to see the ones who are not seen.
The one area that I'm really looking forward to some tremendous leadership from President Biden is a national conversation around race. Pope Francis reminded us this summer that there is no way that any one of us as Catholics can advance the dignity and the sacredness of human life if we are in fact racist. We saw that with the death of George Floyd. I think we're hearing renewed conversations as we talk about policing in our societies, in our local communities. And I do think that once again, because of Joe Biden's commitment to Catholic social teaching, both his sensitivity and his sensibilities in this area, I think it's high time for us to have a very productive, proactive, and gospel-grounded conversation on race in our nation, especially as we're emerging from the past 4 years where there have been accusations and real questions around race in our nation and the way in which our leadership at the time has addressed them.
The challenge for the president going forward is going to be, how do you address this terrible pandemic, which has affected the United States in a much more serious way than any other country on earth? And how do you reverse some of the mistakes that have been made and encourage all Americans to participate in the solution? That's the biggest challenge.
The second thing is just his worldview and the fact that his religious imagination has been informed by the Catholic Church, by its sacraments, by its rituals, by the proclamation of its word. I think that's a real gift. For example, the sacrament of healing, the sacrament of the anointing of the sick, is not just when we are lying in a bed awaiting to be anointed by a priest, but rather the sacrament of healing gives us a worldview that says wherever there is brokenness, we need God's grace to come and heal. And I think these days in which President Biden is now leading us are days of tremendous need for healing. And I think the way in which he approaches that may not necessarily be a primarily sacramental way, but the fact that he has the lens of healing, I think, is informed by both his Catholic imagination and his Catholic identity.
There's a lot to like in Joe Biden.